Hi guys, I am working on my fall lineup, so I thought I would bring you guys along to show you what I am making to put in my fall shows. So I have everything laid out here, and I've written on my paper underneath what colors I'm going to be putting in each one, so that when I go to mix my resin colors up, I will know what I need. And I've got these 3 dragons in the back. Those are brand new to me. I've already painted everything with mica powder so that you didn't have to sit here and wait for me to do that for a couple hours. The 3 dragons I've never poured before, so I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that, but those are going to be all black. The one here, that's a mushroom, that's going to be a brownish sand color. Then I've got my orange for pumpkins, and I'm going to pour some black into that one also. So I have everything laid out. I have all of my colorings, my mica powder, my pigment paste, everything ready to go. And you will see here I have a whole bunch of resin. I think that's about 30 ounces of resin that I'd already mixed up and have sitting there. That's the Unicone art resin that I always use for everything. Now we've got our dragons here. They say on the side how much resin each one of those takes, which is very, very helpful. Let's Resin has been doing that with a lot of their molds, so it's helpful, and I really like that about their molds. So I'm going to start by separating out some of this resin, and you can see those bubbles are in there, but they rise to the top so easily. I don't really have to worry about it too much. Now I'm going to use my eye candy pigment paste, and yes, I will link everything I'm using in the description so that if you guys want it, you can go grab these items and make them for yourself. The pigment paste you really don't have to use very much at all, just a tiny bit, but you really want to get it mixed in all the way down to the bottom. Make sure it's good and mixed in. So I'm going to start with pouring some of that. Now this is the witch's hat, which is the top of a jar mold. And I put a little bit in there, and I'm going to squish that around to make sure that it gets all the way down in there and no bubbles are in it. And then I'll fill it up to the rest of the top. Now you're going to see here, see how you can see those white spots along the edges? Those are bubbles. So you want to massage those around the edges carefully so that you're not spilling resin everywhere, but get your resin down in there or you're going to have some really bad spots, okay? Now I did spill it a little bit. I am messy, I know. That's why I always have wax paper underneath everything. Now we're going to fill up those 3 dragon molds back there, and I can't wait to see how these turn out. I'm pretty excited about the dragon molds, to be honest. I painted them all with Color Shift mica powder by Let's Resin. And it looks like I need to mix up just a little bit more black, so we're going to get that put in there too. Now any of the resin that I have left over, if I mix too much up of one color, I will set it aside. Now these, every time when I pour these molds, they are a little bit thinner. So once I pour it in, I will go back and top it off. And yeah, my mind just wandered. I apologize. So when I have extra of any of the colors that if I accidentally mix up too much, then what I will do is use that. I have other molds sitting to the side, and I use those for like magnets, keychains, things like that. So I never waste resin. Now we're going to move on to the orange color, I think. Now, because it's fall, I've got pumpkins here going. I've also already made some fall-themed soap dispensers. And I'd just like to add here that I actually filmed this video about 2 weeks ago, and I'm just now getting the time to do the voiceover on it. Now, I do like to start my fall items in about mid-July to make sure that they are ready for my shows or anything else I have going on, and so that I can get them up for sale. Some of these items have actually already sold since making this video. So now we're going to go on to the orange and get that all poured in. But I do like to start my fall items early on because people are going to start looking for their items in August for their homes, whether that's soap dispensers, just fall decor, Halloween decor, whatever it is. But if you wait to make it in August or September and then wait for your cure time, you're barely going to be getting it out in time to hit the markets. And by then, most people that are looking for these items already have them. So it's really good to start early. I will be starting my Christmas stuff in August. And I've actually already started a few things just to get them going because I know that they're hot sellers. So I'm going to get these all the way poured up now without knowing how much these take. In resin, I didn't mix up enough to start out with, so I had to mix up more. That pumpkin took way more than I thought it was going to. And that happens when you haven't used a mold in a long time. I did not mark it the first time I used this mold, so I'm just not sure. Now all of those are all poured. They're all good and set to go. Now we're going to pour this last one, which is actually a mushroom jar container type thing. I've never poured this one either, but I'm kind of like wanting to see what it looks like. I've already painted it with mica powder, and I have two different colors I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing that sand brown color on the bottom, which is a color I mixed up from a few different colors to try to get the color I want, which is great with mica powders. I love mixing them and coming up with new colors instead of just using all of the same colors that are in the kit. I kind of mix them all up and make my own. So the lid of the jar will be white. I've already painted the inside with the mica powder colors that I want, and then the bottom's going to be that sand color. I just think this is a fun, kind of whimsical item that some people really will like. I will be selling these at my farmer's market that I do. I do my farmer's market every other week to give myself some time to restock things that may be selling faster. Some of the markets do better than others, but I always do pretty well at them. I've got a really nice setup that works well, and I've got a great customer base. I also sell on Etsy, which has been a really good seller for me also. And of course, the in-person ones, once you start getting a base, they start contacting you, wanting more items. So it really is good. The farmers markets and craft shows, things like that, really build your one-on-one interactions. They really help you to build that reputation in the area that you are in. So I'm just going to get these mixed up. You really want to mix these up really good. Once I mix it, I go back, I let it float to the top. You can see on the top there that there is some dry spots. So then you just go ahead and mix it up some more. With these mica powders, some of them, if you don't mix it well enough, you get what I call dry spots, where that mica powder did not mix into your resin and it just doesn't color correctly. So you really want to give these really good mixes, let them sit a little bit, let those dry areas float to the top so that you can get to them. And I do apologize for the background noise. That's my air purifier going because I was pouring resin earlier. So I've got the air purifier running full blast right now in my other room. So here we go with the brown, and I'm going to get that up there, and I switch hands so you can see what I'm doing, and boom, I hit that back one because I'm working in a small area, and I knocked the dragon over and made a nice mess for myself. I know we've all done it. I do it all the time. I hate it because it's a waste of resin, but I just have to laugh at myself because what else can you do? So I didn't have enough white, so I'm just going to mix in the rest of this brown in the top, just to put it in the center. You're really not going to see it, but it's going to fill that mold up to the top. And then I'm going to have to go back and mix a little bit more black and fill that dragon back up because I'm clumsy. Here we are the next day, and they are all ready to be demolded. So let's take these out and see what we have. This is the witch hat, which will be the lid to the jar. And isn't she cute? I love that black eye candy pigment paste. It is just such a good color and such a good shine to it. Now this is the base to the witch's hat. We're going to get this out of the mold. And that orange color is perfect. I love that. And it's like a little house. You can see where I painted the mica powder on first. And then the witch's hat just fits right on. And actually this is one that already sold. Of course, I do have all of the links in my bio so that you can see where we got all of this stuff if you'd like to make it for yourself. If you have any questions on any of these, please, please, please ask me in the description. I do love when people interact and let me know if they have questions, concerns, ideas, any of that stuff. I absolutely love the interaction. And that pumpkin came out really good as well. So cute. If you like what I'm doing here, I would really love it if you would subscribe or like my videos. I'm trying to build my platform. I know I've been kind of bad about getting my videos out, but I am determined I'm going to be getting more videos out more regularly for you guys. Life is just absolutely crazy. As much as I love doing resin and making these videos and things for you, I also have a job that I work 6 days a week that it takes up a lot of my time. So I do love to make these. It's just I don't always have as much time as I want to. So when I mixed up the extra black resin, I mixed up too much because I wasn't sure how much I lost. I had extra, so I've just made this cute little black unicorn. And that's just a little, extra thing. But like I said, I never waste resin. Even the drips, things like that, I save all of those and I use them as filler. That way you're not using as much resin to pour some of these things. You can put that filler in, it doesn't show, and it takes up that space, and it's already resin that you have used and hardened. So don't ever throw out resin, anything, if you can avoid it. Now, I love these dragons. These came out really good, but some of tips that I will share with you. You can see on here, the horns had bubbles in them, so those didn't form. Some of the spikes down the back didn't form also because they had bubbles. So the next time I make this, I will be squishing them around a little bit more to get those bubbles out to make them perfect. Because of the way that these came out and the horns not being there because of the bubbles, I'm not going to sell this set. So this set actually went to my daughter. She doesn't care if things are missing like that, but I do. So it's not something that I will sell, but I now have learned from pouring these once on how to do them better. I do absolutely love the colors. I love that color shift mica powder with the black I can't even talk today. I'm so sorry. Black background. These just came out beautiful, except for where the bubbles were. So there they are. That is everything we made. Like I said, I do like how they came out. I just wish that I would have squished those around a little bit more so that I didn't have that bubble issue. They don't look bad from afar, but when you really look up close, that's what I don't like. So there is everything. Again, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching my video, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good day.